Sometimes, houses hold more secrets than people ever will, from strange family tragedies to illegal dealings. What secrets was the quaint house in Tijuana, Mexico hiding? The authorities stepped into the house with extreme precaution. But were they mistaken? After all, the house showed nothing out of the ordinary. It was just your typical family home. But this was before they came across a huge wardrobe. Hello everyone and welcome to our latest video. Our story today is on a mysterious wardrobe that did not quite lead to Narnia. Before we let you in on where this strange wardrobe led to, remember to like this video and subscribe to our channel. Click on that little bell so you'll never miss a video. In a quiet residential area in Tijuana, Mexico, sat a family home that was raided by the authorities one fine morning. They had got wind of a secret within the house that had to be looked into. They were ready for any kind of surprise, but what they finally found blowed their minds. They surrounded the house and burst in. The townsfolk had never seen so many officers circling a house. They gathered around curiously to see what kind of trouble the police would fish out of that house. Nothing seemed suspicious. It was a typical family house with the usual kitchen, living room, bedrooms, and bathrooms. The only thing that was at least a bit odd was that the floor was strewn with mattresses. Had the authorities received a false tip? It wouldn't be the first time someone misled them. They knew one thing for sure: Tijuana was not a stranger to crime. It is situated at the border of Mexico and is the largest city within the Baja Peninsula. It had a large population and was heavily infested with criminal activities. The authorities knew all too well about the Tijuana cartel to not take this matter seriously. Besides, from 2007 to 2010, the city faced an unusually high violent crime rate. All kinds of crimes, ranging from gang violence to human and drug trafficking, were reported. Did this mysterious house have anything to do with the increased crime? No stone or carpet was left unturned as the officers searched the rooms. They walked into one of the bedrooms and found nothing out of the ordinary, just a bed and a huge wardrobe. But the officers were thorough. They opened the wardrobe and stared in. Unlike the usual wardrobe or the wardrobe that led to Narnia, this one was empty. Why would someone keep such a huge wardrobe empty? The officers were now suspicious. They started knocking in and around the wardrobe to see if it was hollow. Sure enough, the base of the wardrobe sounded hollow. The officers found a small trapdoor and opened it up. The officers had seen and heard of many secret entryways, but none with an elevator. The officers were expecting something strange based on the tips they received, but an elevator leading to an underground tunnel was nowhere in their mind. Inside the fake wardrobe was a fully fledged elevator with switches fitted on the walls. The large commercial elevator could accommodate 8 to 10 people at a time. The officers prepared themselves and got in the elevator. They readied themselves for whatever that lay below. As the doors began to open, the officers stood on their guard for what they might face. To their surprise, a tiny opening greeted them. The opening was so small that the officers had to army crawl through it. They had to make their way through a steep climb, after which, thankfully, the tunnel opened wider. The 5 feet by 3 feet tunnel stretched well over 500 feet long. The officers walked ahead, wondering where this elaborate underground tunnel led to. Somewhere a bit north in San Diego, California, the tunnel emerged in the back of a wooden pallet warehouse. The mouth of the tunnel was cleverly disguised with a large trash bin. It was obvious that the pallet business was just a cover-up for some illegal smuggling. They loaded and unloaded a lot of pallets. Margarita Ontiveros, who works at a law office next to the San Diego lot, told the investigators. She said that the tenants arrived about a year ago and often bought and sold wooden pallets, but the pallets were sold at an unusually cheap rate. The next task for the authorities was to catch the smugglers in the act. The investigators began to monitor the lots daily. Several days later, San Diego County Sheriff's deputies saw the truck being loaded with boxes. They stopped the truck as soon as it left the parking lot. The truck was loaded with illegal drugs. The authorities seized 1,015 kilograms of cocaine and 5,000 kilos of marijuana. It was not the largest load of drugs the authorities had found, but it was still an impressive quantity. This arrest brought the total pot haul to more than 7 tons, authorities said. The discovery shows the continuing appeal of tunnels to smugglers, despite the significant time and money required to build one. Within 5 years, federal authorities had detected more than 75 cross-border smuggling tunnels, most of them in California and Arizona. Dozens of secret drug tunnels had been found along the US-Mexico border in recent years, mostly in California and Arizona. Thankfully though, many are found before they are completed. Although drug tunnels were not unusual, this particular tunnel stood out from the rest because of the type of drug it smuggled. Tunnels are often built for marijuana because its bulk and odor make it more difficult to escape border inspectors' scrutiny than cocaine and other drugs. This tunnel, on the other hand, was primarily used to transport cocaine. Tunnel making, as such, is by no means a recent trend. Since 1990, authorities have uncovered 115 tunnels connecting Mexico to the United States. This tunnel was the 13th sophisticated large-scale operational drug smuggling tunnel found along California's borders with Mexico since 2006. Previously, 3 tunnels on the same short street in San Diego that ran parallel to a border fence with a densely populated residential area on the Mexican side were found. The upgraded airport systems left drug traffickers no other choice but to start digging tunnels. That or give up the trade altogether. It's a rabbit hole, Laura Duffy, the US Attorney for the Southern District of California, told reporters. Just the whole way that it comes up, and that it comes up out right into the open. It is a bit ingenious, I think, and it's something completely different than what we've seen. The authorities questioned the smugglers they caught with the drugs. This led to the arrest of several more smugglers. In total, 6 people were arrested by the officials. 1 American, 2 Cubans, and 3 Mexicans. They were charged with crimes involving drugs and construction of the tunnel. Later, the Border Patrol agents released photos of the tunnel to the public, along with details of its construction. This was probably owing to the unique make of the tunnel. Authorities were amazed at how elaborate the tunnel was. It seemed as though criminals were getting more and more creative by the day. The smugglers had thought well ahead. They had prepared for any and every situation that could go wrong in an underground passageway. They had installed electricity, a ventilation system, and even a few pumps in case the tunnel flooded. Another impressive feature was that this freakishly long tunnel was entirely hand-dug. No machinery could have been involved, since that would have attracted the attention of the authorities. The project must have taken weeks to complete. The San Diego-Tijuana region is popular for the secret drug tunnels for this very reason. The clay-like soil in the area is relatively easy to dig with shovels and pneumatic tools. Besides, both sides of the border have warehouses that provide cover for trucks and heavy equipment. The prosecutor said she was fairly confident that the first drug load was sent earlier in the month, but didn't rule out the possibility that some got through undetected since this tunnel had served as a functioning smuggling way for months. The tunnel was located in such a way that it would have remained hidden if the authorities had not got wind of it. One end of the tunnel was in a busy part of San Diego, where any unusual traffic would have been almost impossible to detect. The other end of the tunnel was inside that unassuming house in a quiet neighborhood. Who could have ever imagined that these unlikely places were connected through an underground drug tunnel? But then again, since of late, these drug tunnels are becoming increasingly elaborate. The drug lord Joaquin Guzman Loera, or better known as El Chapo, was a huge fan of intricate tunnel systems. In 2014, the authorities revealed several photos of these tunnels. There was even one tunnel constructed underneath his shower cell. No wonder he was able to escape the authorities for as long as he did. Drug tunnels took a whole new meaning when, in 2013, the authorities located a super tunnel as long as 6 football fields. The length wasn't the only mind-blowing thing about this tunnel. It had reinforced walls, lighting, and ventilation. As if that wasn't enough, there was an automated track system for easy transport. All the smugglers had to do was drop the drugs into a cart, which would automatically go down the tunnel. So, no more walking through claustrophobic tunnels. These tunnels are by no means easy to construct. They take hours and hours of manual labor and thousands of dollars to become an effective tunnel system. Add to that the trouble of keeping the projects a secret from the prying eyes of the authorities. But a few good hauls of drugs pays back on these efforts several times over, and that's probably why these smugglers go to such lengths to build and hide these tunnels. This makes us wonder what strange secrets are hiding in our neighboring houses. Let us know what your thoughts are in the comments down below. Remember to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more exciting videos. Thank you for watching, and see you next time.